Hi, welcome here. This is Joyce Odidison, joyceodidison.com, and I'm so glad you're here. So this morning I had an interview with CTV, and CTV is a national broadcast in Canada, and the local Manitoba branch, which is Manitoba, the province of Manitoba, Winnipeg channel. And I was on and I was being interviewed about sexual harassment. Now, just a disclosure, I am not a lawyer. I don't give legal advice, and that's not there. I was there based on my expertise, which is being Canada's leading interpersonal wellness expert. And one of the things that I do is teach people interpersonal skills. For the last 21 years, I teach and coach interpersonal skills for people in organization, and then of course looking at the wellness aspect to that. So my business is called Interpersonal Wellness Services Inc. because what we look at is the interpersonal collateral that happens when certain things happen. So this particular video, I'm going to be talking about sexual harassment and the interpersonal collateral damage that happens. So what usually happens is sexual harassment doesn't happen like in a bubble, like, people are all crazy and everybody go out there. So this morning, one of the things he was talking about is the statistics. 70% plus women were reporting that they had been sexually harassed, and about 40% male. And he thought, wow, I'm so surprised that there were so many males that were sexually harassed. Well, sexual harassment it has no gender bias. It does happen for both genders. So more females, because females have been sexualized over centuries, and so have always been more vulnerable. But what we're seeing now is that actually males are just as vulnerable for sexual harassment, depending on where they are, where they live, and where they work. So it's something that we all have to think about. But I think what's beyond that is that sexual harassment sexuality is part of our human given gift. Humans are sexual beings. And part of that is we have to learn the skill of how to manage it responsibly. And when we do that, we have fewer of these harassment complaints and harassment investigations, because people are taking appropriate action to manage their sexual urges and their sexual needs. And one of the things that Ravi asked me in the interview is like, Joyce, so what if I like someone at work and I'm attracted to someone at work? Is that sexual harassment? I said, no, attraction is not harassment. Attraction is healthy. Sexual attraction is healthy. It's what you do about it. So you may be attracted to someone at work, someone's beautiful, nice looking guys, nice muscles, or female, whatever you're into, and you like that person, and you approach that person, or you give them the eye, or you send some sexual signal, because sexual harassment is very broad. It could be anything that can be sexualized. So any interaction, communication, some of the investigations we've done, we've looked at people's video message, their text message, their social media messages. So all of those can become part of a harassment investigation. It's very important for you to remember that we have to become interpersonally aware. What that means is that I start to pay attention to the interpersonal interactions I'm having with others and how they're responding to me. That is critical, because if we are interpersonally aware, then we know when someone says, sorry, no thank you, not interested, right? That is important. We need to hear that, right? Be interpersonally aware. Listen to that body language. Body language is part of being interpersonally aware, is listening to people's body language and recognizing, oops, I said something that may be interpreted the wrong way, or maybe putting that person to feel bad or making them feel uncomfortable around me. It's time to apologize. It's time to change my take on things, or apologize, or clarify and let the other person know that my intentions were not that way. or that my intentions were that way, but now that I recognize they're not interested, good, I'm going to leave you alone. Thank you for letting me know no, and move on. It's that simple. And it's about now learning good interpersonal skills. So what are interpersonal skills? Well, you've heard about emotional intelligence, you've heard about social intelligence. Well, they all fall under that umbrella of interpersonal skills. It's being empathetic, it's being compassionate, it's being understanding, it's being respectful of others. Everybody has a right to what they prefer to have happen to them. They have a right to choices. And if your advances is not one of the choices they want to have in their life, they have a right to say no. And you have a responsibility to adhere to that. Good interpersonal skills help us to be interpersonally aware. So we are saying to people, oh, I like you. And they said, I like you as a coworker. Nothing intimate. Not even a date, not interested, not even coffee. Okay, sorry, I got the wrong signal. Hey, good for trying. Good on me for trying, but it's a no, I understand. Can we still interact and can we still have a good working relationship? I do not want this to, humbug our workplace relationship. Now, there is appropriateness to that as well. And one of the things I talked about on the show is, why would you as a boss ask your subordinate out on a date? That's inappropriate. There is a power imbalance here. So that in itself have already put that whole interaction into that context of sexual harassment. It's incredibly important for you to recognize that power imbalance and know that even if you like that person, you had better quit, get another job, then you ask them for a date. Don't you dare ask your subordinate for a date. And then what if the person is your boss? Well, good luck, right? You want to ask your boss for a date, on a date. And you know what? People do that and they get away, but generally speaking, it's frowned upon, right? It's out of order. That is the importance of interpersonal skills. We learn things, little things like boundaries, right? And appropriateness. Those are some of the things that seems to be missing in our society. We lack appropriateness. We don't think about timing. When is something right? And is this appropriate? And is this the right place and time? Those are things we have to think about in order to have good interpersonal wellness in the workplace and not harass others. Everybody have a choice to say yes or no. Everybody have a choice to and then people are diverse. The other part that I talked about on the show is personal space. How important it is to respect other people's personal space. Because some cultures, the personal space is a lot closer. And then in certain cultures, especially in North America, I keep coming closer and you keep moving further back because I start intruding in your personal space. So we have to be interpersonally aware and recognize that, yes, somebody can file a sexual harassment complaint if you're coming and stand too close to them and you're speaking up in their face. So it's important to recognize that, being interpersonally aware. It's critical because it helps you to. The other factors that I want to run through quickly that happens is that when sexual harassment happens in the workplace, there is that shock and awe that happens, right? Everybody is like, are you kidding me? I cannot believe that happened. What? Oh no. And the gossips and the rumors, right? Gossip, rumors, assumptions. All these can negatively affect your workplace and your workplace wellness and your interpersonal dynamics at work. Because guess what? Nobody's doing any work anymore because all we're talking about at the water fountain and at the coffee machine, you won't believe what Jane did to Sally or Sally did to Harry or I knew he was a pervert, and that goes on. So what happens is suspicion, and you're like, James is like that too, he's another one we have to watch out for. And so the assumptions and the rumors and the stress and the embarrassment, right? So what do you do with them, right? I had an organization approach me. Our top salesperson grossing over $1 million a year in sales, sexually harassed, right? It's verbal, right? It could be the language you're using, going around and speaking these sexually, highly sexualized language and dialogue with your coworkers when they don't want to hear it, right? So being interpersonally aware is key to reducing a lot of these sexual harassment complaints. And then we have the backlash. Well, I'm a leader. I don't sexually harass anybody, but I'm scared now, Joyce. I want to protect my reputation. Well, I can't. I'm not going to be mentoring any females moving forward, right? I don't want to be the next Bill Clinton. And it's reality, yes. You have a family, you have a reputation, you have to take care of your career, you have to think of your well-being. But it doesn't mean that you need to stop having interpersonal interactions in the workplace either. You can set clear ground rules. So part of our mentoring can take place over the phone. We can have meetings. We can do so, but we can be in an environment where it's safe, and we can set ground rules as to what our expectations are. It's really important, if you feel that sexual inclination or you feel that desire for the other person, that you talk about it and say, you know what, I want to be clear that this is not going to be part of our interaction, that, you know, we're here at work, and when we're at work, we're going to be focused on work. So clear the air. Don't be worried about it and start treating people differently when they haven't done anything wrong to you. Because if I was looking for a good mentor, and because he's male or she's female, and they exclude me because they're fearful that I may someday make a complaint about sexual harassment towards them, it's very important to clear the air and set the ground rules and know what to expect and keep the communication going so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. So think about some of the things that happens in your workplace and manage that. Joyce Odidison here, interpersonalwellness.com. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great rest of the day.